Good day, my name is Imanbayeva Janirke, and today we will talk about the ethno design is an important component of the design, constant culture and consolidation of Kazakhstan society. Today's lecture will be this block's lecture, and we will talk about the cultural code in design, KZ as a special plastic body, traditional heritage in the design of architectural environment, and also the traditional art and futuristic ideas. So, the cultural code are the basis of the formation of the local style. In the preparation for this broadcast, not only historical material was viewed, but also in a large number of world and domestic analogues of interiors and object design. Globally, it is a drop in the ocean, but our level is this is a large part of the available design market. So we have to answer many of the questions, but also we need to understand what is a local style. As you can see on the screen, this is the recognized visual techniques, cultural code, world trends and favorable terms. So the local style, we have the very different type of the four components: the recognizable visual codes and cultural code, as I can say also, and this is the forms that the images and characteristics of the particular culture or area, which is eventually became its synonym. For example, roses and provenance and simple style. So style is a living organism. The visual receptions is his body, and cultural code is a memory, mind and emotions. Cultural code, we have two different components. The first one is the constant components, and the second one the factors of influence variable. As you can see on the screen, this is the territory and climate, that is the constant, social life, public life, type of national thinking and behavior. The factors of influence is the philosophy, literature, art, subcultures, religion and so on. So the next we will talk about the world trends. So what kind of things we need for the world trends and what is it manifested for. So for example, the most famous local styles is the Italy, Japan, Finland and so on. The Italy has a warm climate and fertile land, and because of that its distinctive features of Italian design are focused on comfort and elitism on the one hand and the provocation and shocking on the other. Japan is a country with an unstable climate and a limited supply of resources. So in these cases, this country design strives for understand the simplicity with a focus on detail and nuance. Neat and disciplined Japanese have adapted to changing living conditions in limited space. So therefore it's more mobility and modularity in design. Finland, most of the time Finland reach is the poorest, and until 20th century was a province. So in this case now the economy was engaged and making the modern and so on. So any product is developed taking into account the particularly of use, the economy of production and the impact of the environment and society. In this case we have to understand that the cultural code as the basis for the formation of the local style. And are there any local aesthetics and cultural motifs in the items of Kazakhstan designers that could be classified as an emerging local style, or at least a hint of its emergence? So this is a very big question to understand and to discuss. So the next thing before that we would talk about the relationship between our local style and the design of the architectural situation and also art and crafts, we have to understand that all these countries and designs not just became and developed in one day, but it became and started to be long last time. So as you can see on the screen, there is a relationship between crafts and architectural environments. So this is the image. We have to understand identity and modernity. So what is the image? It is the first thing, the ethnographic visual language of historical photographs of the yacht. So we have to understand what kind of origins of material came from for the architects and designers. What is the development of these things? The second is identity, restoration and identification of the issues. We need to understand what is the family and social structure in a nomadic society, because we have to understand ourselves. In this case, we need to find out what is the paradox in how modern architecture and design is limited by the Kazakh culture, and we need to understand where and what is the modernity in our culture, in yurt actually. So explore the yurt system, the environment, and the architectural craft. So what is that things happen in the artistic culture? The question of the modernity of the yurt and regional design, so I have to understand, and you will also try to find out, give the examples of the student works, and we will talk on this topic and we will work on this topic. So the next question that we will talk about on our lessons is the QZ as a spatially plastic body. So first of all, we all know what is the yurt is, and one of the important cultural elements of our territory. So as a yurt is a mobile frame covered with a felt dwelling of the nomads, and not only for the Turkic people but also for the Mongol people, and most of the things was mobile, transportable, and we can work on it with the felt and covering with all that, weather like rain, snow. We use it every time and everywhere. So the Kazakh yurt consists of 3 modern elements we see on the next slide, but also the prototype of the yurt was mostly primitive for the people, and now we know that most of the peoples of the Turkic, for example Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, and also Turkmenistan, Mongolia, Altai, and Republic of Tuva use it. On the screen you see all the elements that consist wooden elements, shangrak, ukh, kirige, and felt that cover it with a wooden frame, and in winter you can be a very warm and scorching sun and dust in the summer. So when the yurt is viewed as an object of art, then the image of the universe is clearly visible in it, expressed in the unity of the dual system. So the heavenly and the profane, where the common vertical is a model of the macrocosmos, and also the horizontal lines are the microcosmos in real materials existence. If we consider the yurt as an object of the art as well as the artistic interpretation, then we can read the utilitarian component and the idea of natural symbols as an image of the universe. So in this context, the vertical plan and macrocosmos and the microcosmos, household items, everything had the functional task, but also in the culture we have a very different and very unique role. So on the screen you see all that interior and household items and life. So at the end we will talk about the ornamental compositions and the specifications and people and creativity. All that things happen in the case of our traditions. So the color, the large scale of ornaments, simple, and also the proportions, the product communications, and contrast color solutions, everything is in this yurt components, not only about the house but also about the items and furniture in it. So at the end I think that we will talk about the conclusions, and we will talk about the traditional heritage in the design, but we will talk about the next lecture. So see you soon. Bye. This is the internet sources. Thank you.